Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney. Beim letzten Mal ist es endlich geschehen. Der nächste Mord hat stattgefunden. Mr. Windybank ist tot und es mal wieder ein Locked-Room-Mörder verdächtigt wird, nämlich die gute Gina. Und wir haben einen neuen Ort dazu bekommen, was? Ach, hierhin könnte ich jetzt natürlich. Ja, ich wollte eigentlich jetzt zu Gina gehen, weil ich dachte, wir könnten sie vielleicht nochmal überreden, dafür zu sorgen, dass wir ihr Anwalt werden, offiziell, aber tja, dann schauen wir erstmal hier vorbei, vielleicht, bei Susato. Die hatte ja irgendeinen wichtigen Termin. Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow. Ich bleib dabei. Könnte an den Zahnrädern liegen, die da hinten im Hintergrund sich drehen, überall. Die sind ein bisschen absurd. You think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal. How so? I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you? Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust? Yes, thank you very much. Aha, there they are, Susato and Lord Strongheart. I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious. Very good. There's nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. Was? Bitte was? Wait, what did you just say? Your return to your homeland? Susato-san! Das hältst du von mir geheim? Mr. Naruto. What was all that about? Ah, Mr. Naruto. Thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why were you talking about Mr. Susato's return to your homeland? And... tomorrow? Wir haben morgen eine wichtige Gerichtsverhandlung. Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial? You mean... she's been formally charged now? Oh dear. Was soll das? Das kannst du dich von mir geheim halten. Returning to our homeland. Ja, wahrscheinlich auch nicht nur sie, wahrscheinlich wir beide, oder nicht? Denke ich mal. What's all this about? Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruto. It's only me going back to Japan. Oh, nur du. Your life here can continue just as it has. That's what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving? It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh. Oh no. Professor Mikotoba. Die ganze Cast stirbt uns einfach weg vom Anfang. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ja, ich weiß, wer das ist. Alles gut. Das war nur so erstes Treffen. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news. 10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown. And it seems he grows weaker but day by day. I don't believe it. As you're aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely. I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning. I can't believe this is happening. Aha. Also werden wir dieses Verfahren wahrscheinlich echt alleine angehen. Ich frage mich vor allem, was im zweiten Teil abgehen wird. Wird sie nochmal zurückkehren? Werden wir zurückkehren? Nach Japan auch? Oder werden wir das ganze Spiel getrennt verbringen? Das überrascht mich jetzt doch sehr. Viel mehr aus einer Storytelling-Perspektive als aus einer Story-Perspektive. Mal sehen, was damit gemacht wird. So Gina has been charged. She'll have to appear in court. Yeah, she was formally charged a few hours ago. And the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow. No, not even 24 hours later? Gina. Ah, the Lestrade girl and the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. An all too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly stopped mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the ad is overstretched as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases. He's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that. Mr. Naruto. Yes, Lord Strongheart. In defense of your fine service to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave now. Mensch, of course, Lord Strongheart. Das ist dein Büro. Warte mal, das ist dein Büro. Das ist mir noch gar nicht klar gewesen, dass das dein Büro ist. Ich dachte, dein Büro wäre irgendwo anders und wäre gerade aus dem Büro rausgekommen oder so, keine Ahnung. Holy shit. Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend. Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday? Ja, hat er tatsächlich auch erwähnt. Dass noch mehr momentan vor sich geht. It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. Kann ich sie nicht trotzdem verteidigen? Bitte? 3 minutes precise until my next meeting. You must excuse me. There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart, which is... it's Mrs. Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. A timely suggestion. Sorry? The girl currently has no representation. Ja, das weiß ich. But that's not fair. She may be pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial. Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork. Ja, das wollte sie nicht, ich weiß. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? Was ist selbst da? A question you would do well to direct at Mr. Lestrade. You'll find it at the local prison, was ich alles schon weiß, weil ich schon da war. What a day! Gina charged of murder, so the son about to leave. Und Hurley im Krankenhaus. But Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do? As Mr. Naruto's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Mr. Sato, aber du kannst wirklich packen gehen. Denn morgen wirst du eh nicht mehr da sein während der Verhandlung. It's a very pensive look. I think we ought to visit Gina first. Okay, vielleicht kannst du sie überreden, das wäre vielleicht echt hilfreich. Also, fangen wir damit an. So, zurück ins Gefängnis. Weiß nicht, ob Susa da irgendwas ausrichten kann, was wir nicht konnten. Ah. Hello again, Gina. Und natürlich direkt wieder ihre Waffe laden. Warum hast du überhaupt wieder entladen dazwischen? What are you here for now? To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in your face again. Obviously. I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition into the thing, don't I? Das denke ich mir auch die ganze Zeit. Look. You can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you. Ganz sicher nicht. Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say. I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell. Farewell? Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, right. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Iris is so miserable. Susie. Well, that ain't my business. Komm schon, Gina. Both Iris and Mr. Naruto believe you to be innocent, Gina. They've put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them. Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it? It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you. What? It's my fault? Ja, es ist alles deine Schuld, natürlich. So I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they invested in you. Bitte was? Only by doing that, will you truly be as alone as you claim to be. What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh? You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Naruto and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant. No, I can't. Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? Oh ja, komm schon. The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about? Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied like you wouldn't believe. Will you tell us about it now? Ich meine, das wussten wir an sich schon, aber hey, sag uns mehr darüber bitte. Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got bold of me and shoved me into the witness stand. And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilder was declared innocent. Nicht, dass es einen Unterschied macht, ich meine, er ist eh tot, aber naja. The whole thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff. I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. Oh, tatsächlich, also. Da war es also zum Glück schon mal gar nicht relevant, dass da Sachen unten drin waren. Das stimmt schon mal. Sie konnte sich da trotzdem verstecken. It was pitch black in the little cubby hole. I couldn't see a thing. And then I heard a loud thud, like someone falling on the floor. That's when Mr. McGilder discovered you? Yeah. So bisher stimmt alles. He pulled me out from under the seat and set me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at me ants, I had the cove's blood all over him. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak. You had his blood on your hands? In other words, just Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Ja, tatsächlich. Then Mr. McGilder started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were and why you were hiding under the seat? Yeah, he did, only that's not all. What do you mean? I mean, he threatened me. Threatened you how? He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard. About what he was gonna do after the cove was found dead. Made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scalp her before the copper showed up. Ja, also hat er quasi zugegeben, dass er den Mord begangen hat, ha? You must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What he saw, what he heard, everything. Er ist eh tot. Oh, so viel. You said Mr. McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. You were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but... it was when that earth out of the cuff hitting the floor. I heard a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by my arm, and that's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to me, the old geezer, what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. Ah, yeah, and a disc. A disc? Do you mean... yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me at the Windy Banks. Sicher die Disc und nicht die andere? Sollte anscheinend eine andere noch geben, aber gut. So the music box disc was there on the floor of the omnibus. Not for long, McGill spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it in his inside pocket. So did that disc. I was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of the Mr. Mason's murder. The Bogtra told me. Weren't you mutter a word of it to no one. Hat es also im Voraus Mr. Mason gehört? Wurde er deswegen ermordet? Wahrscheinlich schon, ne? Um an diese Discs zu kommen. Die anscheinend sehr, sehr wichtig ist aus irgendeinem Grund. Ha. Wenn wir sie uns doch nur anhören könnten. Because it was so dark under the seat in the cab. It was straining me ears to the whole time. After a while I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was Mr. McGilded getting on board. Because I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim, yeah. Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. His testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride. Ja, das hat er gesagt. Doch, dass er alleine eingestiegen ist, ne? Ich glaube schon. Your testimony, Gina, supported this. Hat er gesagt, dass er gelogen hat, von daher? Yeah, that wasn't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time in low voices. What? What are they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses on the wheels was too loud. Wow, sie haben wirklich gut geflüstert, wenn nicht mal du das gehört hast. But they still tells us something. So McGill and the victim knew each other. Ja. Und es ging wohl um diese Disc. Zumindest zum Teil. So McGilded was lying as I suspected. Knew we weren't gonna take long before someone raised the alarm that a bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me to eye that back under the seat again. Climbed in and waited. The 2 cops from up top ran off to get the coppers. As Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Now they... right. And after they'd gone, Mr. McGilded asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? Oh? Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. Huh? Okay. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. Natürlich hat er es dann dafür gemacht, ne? Nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street natürlich. Wollte den Mantel loswerden. Wäre ein Beweisstück gewesen. Für sein Motiv. Weil er die Disk noch da drin hatte auch. Ich weiß, ich wiederhole sehr oft die Disk, aber die Disk ist offensichtlich sehr wichtig, ne? Ich möchte es ja nur gesagt haben, falls ihr es nicht bemerkt habt. The coachee snapped at the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box under the seat. Let me get out of there. But no, not without conditions. Und die haben wir gerade erklärt. Oder, naja, vielleicht noch mehr Conditions. Vielleicht auch noch die Tatsache, dass du vor Gericht aussagen solltest für ihn, ha? Running go free, I mean. Not telling a soul, not for anything. But what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well. Ja, wisst ihr doch, oder nicht? Yeah, this is the most important thing, he said. Oder ist das was anderes? Just sending the coachman on a little errand for me with some small change in his hand. Okay, also das, was sie jetzt gemacht hat. Dass sie den Mantel wieder abholen sollte. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? At all? You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? Aye, the fiend's taking me overcoat to deposit with a pawnbroker's hereabouts. And I want you last to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right. And we'll come fetch it from you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. Ah ja, okay, er wollte das Ticket also einfach wieder abholen. Sie sollten nur darauf aufpassen. Weil es ein weiteres Beweisstück gewesen wäre. Ja, ja. In case I might happen to be delayed at all. You have to go to the pawn shop, Windy Bank so it is, and you have to extend the loan for the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited and any old fiend could come along and buy it. But I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5, that should be enough. You understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now. If you go against me... Yeah, I get it. Good, and one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The coppers! Aye, they'll come asking you to take the stand in court to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What it is that you might say, and what it is that you don't. Ja, hat natürlich alles ganz brav gemacht, ne? Gott, so ein Bastard, aber haben wir jetzt endlich zumindest alles bestätigt bekommen. Auch wenn es eh schon zum Großteil offensichtlich war. Also, natürlich die Details und so, aber vom Grundlegenden war es natürlich schon länger offensichtlich. After he'd gone over it all, I piked it. Got as far away from there as I could. He hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark, so my killer planned it. Of course, Gina into giving false testimony. Oh, wow. But you're ready to string me up, eh? A light in the big old courtroom. I shot some corkers. Aber deswegen misstrauen wir den nicht jetzt. Das ist ganz unabhängig davon. Thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. You know everything what went on the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGill would have... In Artbait, he could have had the lot of us chased out of there if he'd wanted. Then could have we gone, eh? Nowhere, that's where. So, I didn't have no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. Auch das sind alles wichtige Informationen, die wir für diesen Fall noch gebrauchen können unter Umständen, weil offensichtlich wird das alles nochmal eine Rolle spielen. All das rund um den Mantel und die Disk. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. A favor? What? Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Hey? You don't actually want me to represent you in court. You can rip it up later. But you need the paperwork, or we can investigate if the police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what? Harley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Sholmes gonna be alright, right? Machst du dir etwas Sorgen um ihn? Wie untypisch von dir. That's why I want to investigate, for Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything. Right. So what he's saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it? Something like that. Mrs. Sato? Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. Gut, dass ich so eine gute Assistentin habe, nicht wahr? I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. No lawyer, nothing. Komm schon, unterschreib es bitte. Poor Jenny. She seems so lonely. Gut, danke. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at the Windy Bank. Das können wir wohl. Und vielleicht ist sie dann hinterher doch ganz froh, dass wir sie verteidigt haben. Wenn es dann alles ein gutes Ende nimmt. Although something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. Ja, das soll mir egal sein. Das soll mir ganz egal sein. Dann jetzt mal an die Ermittlungen, wie es sich gehört. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Ja, ja. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Grexy. Here are the representation papers. Ja, freust du dich? Your ladyship! How? I don't believe it. How the devil did you get the stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. That is good work, that is. Er ist sehr, sehr wütend. Aber er lässt es sich nicht ganz anmerken. So, erstmal viel Spaß mit dem Tee. Was ich noch lustiger fände, wäre, wenn er den Tee echt scheiße findet und ihn immer nur trinkt und so tut, als würde er ihn toll finden. Weil er ja keinen schlechten Eindruck machen will bei ihr. I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would be alright if we investigate the scene of the crime then? Do as you please. You know what happened? Through the door behind the counter. Ja, ja. Aber ich will mich erst auch noch hier umgucken eigentlich, bevor ich da hinten hingehe. Es gibt ja mehr als genug Sachen, die ich mir angucken wollen würde. There's so many articles to go through. It's taking forever. Ja, ich weiß. Das Thema hatten wir. Wollen uns noch eine kleine Box auf jeden Fall angucken. Because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. Ja, und was er auch schon gesagt hat. Also eigentlich beide von ihnen. So I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Na gut. Come then. Let us not waste any time. Yay. Ermittlungen. Spaß. Sachen anklicken. Das wollte ich nicht tun. Ich wollte dahin gehen. So, fangen wir an damit. Ah, look here. Da ist ein Schuss gelandet, echt. Wow. Presumably Mr. Winniebank wasn't practicing with his revolver in spare time. Ja, ich glaube nicht, dass es das war. Ah, well. This Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all there in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, you know? Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. Oh wow, in jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even do it once. Forget the fun, Bruno. Let's examine this bullet. Is that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? Suspicious red stain in the calendar. Ich frage mich halt auch, ob das Blut ist oder was das sein soll. Und wie es vor allem da gelandet ist. I may well be able to help with that. What? There's something like this sort of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Runo? I'm afraid the sort of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types. Ja, Blutgruppen tatsächlich. So you need this. Oh no, what is that scary looking thing? Holly and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. As soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Das sieht aus wie das Rauchgranatenteil. Kann das etwa Blutgruppen oder allgemein Blut untersuchen? Was? Nein, das ist einfach genau dasselbe. Oh, es ist grün geworden. Oh, the color of the bloodstain has changed. There, doesn't make sense now. So halb, also ich meine, was sagt mir das jetzt, dass es grün ist? Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see? Yes, wonderful. Chemical that fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at. In a flash. Also das ist nicht eine Blutgruppe, sondern allgemein jeder einzelne Mensch hat eine andere Farbe, so ein bisschen. Keine Ahnung. Verstehe ich nicht so ganz. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Jenny would say it's bleeding great. So whose blood are we looking at then? Ja, das erkennen wir natürlich noch nicht, außer wir versuchen mal von jedem hier ein bisschen Blut auf den Boden zu spritzen und dann damit zu beschießen. Well, all the chemical does it turn the blood in different colors, so... Just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to in a flash. It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it? 1 flash or 2, this could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make note of it. Sehr cool, sehr, sehr interessant. Let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. Ein Blutportfolio. As long as I've region left, sure. Na gut, okay, gucken wir erstmal hier. Ist das die Small Box? Bist du eine Small Box vielleicht? These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yes, it's a really strange miscellany. Vielleicht, isn't it? Ich kann nicht lesen. Ich weiß nicht, wie man das Wort ausspricht. I mean, you would buy this horse statue, for example. Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know? Right, Runa? Oh, it's just, well, looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them. Even that horse statue. Sogar diese Pferdestatue. That's exactly how the pawnbrokers works. They're very clever. Großartig. Sind wir schon drauf reingekommen auf seine Masche, nur leider können wir hier eh nicht mehr einkaufen, ob wir wollen oder nicht. Das können wir uns nochmal angucken. This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they are right in front of your eyes. It makes you think. When Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Ey, warte mal, ich hab mich nochmal gerade gefragt, warum das relevant werden könnte. Was wir hier gelernt haben, weil uns das ja auch relativ ausführlich erklärt wurde. Wo sind die beiden Kameras nochmal? Keine Ahnung. Ich glaube, dass eine irgendwo hier war und eine irgendwo hier, oder? Dass die beide hier fotografiert haben? Jedenfalls, vielleicht müssen wir uns die Fotos hinterher beide gleichzeitig angucken. Und können dadurch irgendwas sehen, wenn wir schielen. In 3D. Was den Mörder enthüllt. Das wäre so meine Vermutung. Aber das wäre so die einzige Erklärung dafür, wie das hier relevant werden könnte. Was wir hier gelernt haben. Es gibt so viele Sachen. Wir haben ja auch gelernt, nochmal erklärt bekommen, wie diese komischen Music Discs funktionieren, ne? Weiß nicht, wie das relevant werden soll. Vielleicht mache ich mir zu viele Gedanken und die ganzen Sachen werden alle gar nicht relevant. Also, wer weiß das schon. Aber uns wurde so viel erzählt. Yes, but I've never seen one such as this in Japan. Oh well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? Jetzt gerade? Während der Untersuchung? Na gut. What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks, yeah. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregson of a word. Oh, so krass. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Sie haben ja keine Wahl, offensichtlich. So, noch irgendwas hier? Was war das nochmal? Das war auch irgendeine wichtige Erfindung, oder? I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again. Was war denn das nochmal? Oh yes, that's a folding stereoscope. Really? This is a stereoscope? Ah, das ist auch so ein Teil? Mr. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. Or that he used a great big contraption over there. Ah well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. Okay. I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. It could beat keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. Jetzt haben wir es halt normal angesprochen, das Teil. Auch wieder hier. Es gibt sogar 2 davon. 2 verschiedene Versionen. Die konnten wir uns einzeln angucken. Das wird irgendwie relevant werden müssen. Man konnte sich auch nicht diese ganzen Sachen einzeln angucken, ne? Ach, ich weiß ja nicht. Ich meine, das ergibt halt zumindest Sinn, weil wir allgemein viel mit der Music Disc zu tun haben. Und da könnte man vielleicht später noch irgendwie... ja, irgendwas an der Oberfläche der Music Disc erkennen als Beweis, weiß ich nicht. Aber das andere kann ich mir gar nicht erklären, dieses Stereoscope. Was geht da unten ab? Na gut, gar nichts anscheinend. There's the article ledger here and Mr. Winniebank's notes and... Huh? What's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind. Ja, eine Katze, die kennen wir. Oh, look on the back. There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie. Show us. Ist es nicht dasselbe, was wir auch haben? 15. Februar. Nee, nicht ganz dasselbe. One Gentleman's Overcoat. Genau, das kam kurz danach. Gentleman's Overcoat pawned for £1. Here was a very fine coat, in fact, I think. Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing, which belonged to Mr. McGilded. I never expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. It seems Mr. Winniebank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have to hand. But this photograph of a cat, warum hat er davon mehrere gehabt? Looks very familiar, doesn't it? I should have seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently. Oh yes, you're right. Very recently. Same as the one Ginny gave us earlier. Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print. Wirklich? Wie? Warum seid ihr alle so vergesslich, Leute? Ich meine, ich habe jetzt zumindest die Ausrede, dass ich vor der letzten Folge irgendwie 2 Wochen Pause oder so hatte. Mindestens. Aber ihr? Das war vor einer halben Stunde vielleicht für euch. Na gut. Oh, okay. I see. Ich glaube, das ist nicht exakt dasselbe Bild, oder? Das könnten Bilder sein, die wir uns in 3D angucken müssen. Aber da sehe ich dann, glaube ich, auch nichts Hilfreiches drauf. Ich meine, was soll ich hier für einen Hinweis bekommen? Bitte. Ich versuche zu schielen. Bin wirklich nicht gut darin. Und ich musste, glaube ich, echt an meinem Bildschirm natürlich dran gehen, ne? Ein Moment. Mikrofon an die Seite. Ganz lauter Krach, tut mir leid. Ich sehe keine Katze in 3D. Ich gebe auf. War ein Versuch wert. Vielleicht waren die Fotos auch jetzt falsch rum dafür, damit man das erst später entdecken kann. Haha, I've got it. These photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Haha, do you really want to know? Ja schon irgendwie. Sag schon, was ist denn los? So, Iris, about these 2 photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Winniebank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these 2 identical prints? Dass sie nicht identisch sind. That's not quite right. Sorry. If you look carefully, the 2 prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They are not. Have another look at them now. Okay. Schön, dass ich es aber schon selbst ausprobiert habe, weil ich schon selbst verstanden habe, was hier abgeht. Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other? I think so. It's very subtle, though. But what's the reason for this subtle difference between the 2 prints? Ah, well, it's because they're set, you see. No, I don't. This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them in the moment. Ah, stereoscope. Ja, darüber haben wir gerade erst 3-mal geredet. That's what Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday. You see? There it is, just over there. Yes, of course. Blah, blah, blah. Huh. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. What? Really? Ich hab nichts, hat nicht funktioniert bei mir. Hat gar nicht funktioniert. No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon, bless her. She will not explain though. We'll need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. Vielleicht ist es ja total wichtig aus irgendeinem Grund. Oh Gott. So, das gehen wir vielleicht ein bisschen schneller durch, weil an sich verstehe ich das, glaube ich, wie 3 Dimensionen funktionieren. Ja, ja, wir haben 2 Augen. Shocking. Do you see your left eye? What do you see of your right eye? Ist nicht genau dasselbe. Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. Exactly, and in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the 2 views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. Huh, my brain really is amazing, isn't it? Does so much without telling me. I think I see. So the pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So if you can persuade your brain to merge the 2 pictures together in your head, you're able to see depth in these prints. Yes, Bruno. Beginning to understand. And the stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that. Yes, but as long as you have 2 images, 2 eyes and 1 brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. Ja, und zwar wie? Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. So the son really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Das kann ich nicht gut. Can you both do that? Cross my eyes. I think I can. Watch me. And see if you can copy. Whoa! Make your eyes do this. Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Darrow? Ich bin so bereit dafür, dass ich euch alle schielen sehe. Mach du bitte auch mal. Großartig, ich liebe es. Ihr seht so blöd aus. Wonderful, now it's your turn, Bruno. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both your eyes at the same time. Exactly an easy task when 2 people are staring into you cross-eyed. Das tut vor allem mir wirklich weh halt. Keine Ahnung. Also, keine Ahnung, zumindest fühlt es sich unangenehm an. Wehtun ist vielleicht übertrieben, oder nicht der richtige Ausdruck zumindest. Start by staring at 1 print and slowly crossing your eyes. You should see 2 overlapping images like this. Oh, das ist ja perfekt, fertig. Oder kannst du mir das nicht einfach so für mich machen, bitte? Try it now, Bruno. Ja, das kann ich. Das kriege ich hin. Das kann ich gut. Hat funktioniert. Is the print split into 2 images for you? Sehr ausführlich. Ich meine, ja, aber es sieht nicht dreidimensional aus. Es sieht aus wie kompletter Blödsinn. Ich weiß nicht, was du von mir willst, Spiel. Was soll ich sehen und wie viel Abstand muss ich haben? Print should slowly merge together. Until... Okay, du machst es einfach für mich. Das ist natürlich nett. Weil dreidimensional. Wow. From a new single image in the center. Okay, ich musste gar nichts machen. Vielleicht hat das auch nicht funktioniert. Aber es hat bestimmt irgendwie funktioniert. Man muss halt den richtigen Abstand haben und gut schielen können. Und so. Dann lassen wir das Thema. Looks so real. We look at it all day. Mach das lieber nicht, sonst bleiben die Augen stecken. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start hurt. Sie tun jetzt schon weh. Your turn, Bruno. Ich hab schon gemacht. Ich weiß nicht, ich glaube nicht, da kann doch nichts Wichtiges versteckt sein, wenn ich das tue. Like this. Mach das aber automatisch für mich, bitte. Gut. Das muss für irgendwas relevant sein. Ich muss das bestimmt lernen. Sonst kann ich den Fall nicht lösen. Selbst wenn es nicht bei diesen Bildern relevant wird, dann wird es bei irgendeinem anderen Bild relevant. Vielleicht könnte man dann irgendwas sehen, was nicht gleich ist auf beiden Bildern. Oh, ich weiß es nicht, ergibt keinen Sinn. Kann ich mir die Bilder angucken überhaupt? Gleichzeitig? Nein, kann ich nicht. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. Komplett verrückt, der Scheiß. So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Runa? It's certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. Ja, manche Leute kommen besser klar als andere. Ich hätte auch gerne so ein Teil. Ich glaube, ich muss das Teil holen, um das Spiel durchzuspielen, leider. Ja, da haben wir gerade drüber gesprochen, wie das funktioniert. Unglaublich. Ja, nee, man sieht ja so schon, dass das schon aufeinander passt perfekt. Dass es da kein Problem gibt. Weiß nicht, ob mir das irgendwas sagen soll. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. But these little machines are so affordable. Surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case. Stereoscopic pictures. Never even heard of them until yesterday. I still learn a lot about them. I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. Ja, wahrscheinlich schon. Aus irgendeinem dummen Grund. Dann bleibe ich jetzt mal bei meiner Theorie, dass wir hier 2 Fotos haben werden und wir werden dann sehen, dass die nicht zur selben Zeit aufgenommen wurden, weil die zwar ein paar Unterschiede oder so haben. Keine Ahnung. Ich weiß es nicht. So, hier ist nichts mehr, ne? Nö. Dann gucken wir noch weiter, ob hier noch was in der Ecke ist. Und ansonsten könnten wir wahrscheinlich gleich... Okay, hier sind noch die Schaufeln, genau. Oder die Spaten, was weiß ich. That hedge that's open on the counter there really is enormous, isn't it? It must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items on pawn. It's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head if you ask me. Okay, Mr. Windybank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. Na gut, dann war es das jetzt aber wirklich. Dann gehen wir mal in den anderen Raum rüber, so langsam. Behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Gregory said. Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door. Mr. Windybank, face down on the floor with Gina beside him. As accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naroda. You must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course, and we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry, if there are clues in there, I'll find them. Also können wir jetzt noch rübergehen? Oder wie sieht's aus? Move? Tatsächlich. Windybank's Storeroom. Da würde ich zumindest gerne noch ein bisschen reingucken. Wir werden wahrscheinlich nicht mehr heute fertig werden damit, aber mal sehen, mal sehen. Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely. Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windybank's life was taken in this very room only last night. Ja, und sie ist doch immer noch ein Kind, auch wenn sie viele Romane über Morde geschrieben hat. Ah! Einfach nur A? Wait, Inspector! What is it now, Sunshine? You wanna look at me and try to run away? You think Scotland Yard Inspector will run away from some jumped up little defense lawyer, do ya? Bist vor Iris weggelaufen? I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her. So you're running away from me, you were running away from a 10-year-old. Ja? Ja, tatsächlich. I'm afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Gentle reassurance? Das kann ich nicht. Was Verrücktes. don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? Ja, das ist wohl wahr. I don't think that went very well. Er hat's versucht, er hat sein Bestes gegeben. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine. I told you not to get under my feet. Tut mir leid, ich bin auch am Ermitteln. You have an investigation to do yourselves. Yes, I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Oh, Hurley. Inquire into how Mr. Sholmes' operation is going. Ja, das dann vielleicht auch noch so ganz am Rande. Gut, dann würde ich aber sagen, bevor wir uns hier jetzt vernünftig umgucken und mit ihm reden und alles, beende ich erstmal diese Folge. Ich bin hauptsächlich wirklich verwirrt, was es mit diesen 3D-Bildern auf sich hat. Die werden relevant werden. Ich weiß nicht wieso. Ich habe mir wirklich Angst. Ich muss bis zur nächsten Folge vielleicht Schielen üben. Ich weiß ja nicht. Na gut, ich hoffe, euch hat die Folge gefallen. Lasst mir gerne einen Kommentar da und dann bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.